Good afternoon, E39 source. My name's Ed and this is my 535i. It's 1998. As you can see, I've done various things like mods, like putting the facelift headlights on. Overall, I'd say the body's in pretty good condition. There's a few dents, like there's a dent there and there's a dent there. Excuse, it's a bit muddy, like I've just come down a few back lanes to get here. I don't know what these alloys are. I think they're from a E60 M Sport, but they're growing on me a bit. But I want some Style 37s on it eventually. I think it's a anthracite grey. Is that right? I can't remember. I have done the back hella genuine lights. I was told that these won't fit, and they actually do, but it's quite a lot of body refabrication that has to be done in order to get them to fit. As you can see, quite a lot of cutting had to be done. As you can see there, all the wiring that has to be done for the LEDs is just keeping the lights in series, and the current actually matches. So other than that, it all matches up pretty well and they look great. I'll just turn them on. I might be able to see them in this light, but they do look fantastic, and no other wiring mods had to be done at all to the car. Just go around and show the front ones. I think they look great on this car. They make such a good upgrade, and they were really easy to fit. I had a contact from a local wreckers that fitted them, well, that supplied me them for a really good price. It also got the clear side repeaters, and I just think it really updates the car. It just looks fantastic. They do look a bit yellow, but they are actually white, because I fitted some LED lights, halo lights for it, because the other ones were actually broken that came with it. You can see under there, it's like an LED heat sink, and then it goes to like a little box. You can see there, it just plugs into the loom. I did actually have to cut all the loom to get it to fit, but I used proper shrink wrap and solder, so it goes pretty well. But this is the M62 B35. I know it's the less popular choice of E39 because it's in between the 530 and the 540. It's everyone says, oh, it's not very good because it's got really bad fuel economy versus the power, but for me, I just wanted a car that sounded really nice, which yeah, it does. It sounds amazing. It doesn't have the Vanos rattle because there's no Vanos, but yeah, it's really powerful. It's really nice. I haven't had any issues with it aside from the radiator needs replacing. It's leaking on the side. I'm not sure if you're able to see on the side. It's leaking out somewhere, but hopefully I can get that fixed and get a new radiator put in. I am going to service it eventually, but I haven't had time at the moment. But it seems to be running really well. Other than that, the reason why it sounds so nice actually is, just if you guys will be able to see this, I've actually done a backbox delete onto a flange, and it just sounds amazing. But I kept the resonator in place, so it just has a really nice growl to it, and it just sounds awesome. It sounds, I'll fire it up in a minute. But it's the SE model with grey seats and the wood trim. I have actually fitted this really nice Alcantara steering wheel, because it used to have a 4-spoke wheel, which I hated so very much. It's actually, I didn't know it's got tricoloured stitching on it, which is on the M5 I believe, and it just looks amazing. It feels really nice too, and it was so easy to fit, and all the buttons work. It's great. Unfortunately, this is the ZF automatic. It's an absolute pain in the arse. I hate it so much. I really hate this gearbox, and my big plan for this car is I want to put the M5 Getrag 420G 6-speed gearbox, prop shaft, diff, half shafts, selector, the whole lot from a written off M5 hopefully. Shouldn't be too expensive. I just think it'll change the car so much. because I just hate this gearbox. It's so lazy and lax, and it clunks, and it's nearly on its way out, so it just ruins the car. So hopefully it shouldn't be too hard to change. I've actually got working cup holders in this one, which is quite rare. In the front, the back ones are broken, so I'm going to do a delete on them. No heated seats, unfortunately, but it does have dual climate control. It's got the MID Edge unit with the tape deck, classy tape deck. It does have the phone, actually, the BMW phone, which is really cool. It's you just put your SIM card in there. I got a pay and go one, and it works amazing. Like, say if you haven't got your phone with you, or if you want to do an emergency call, it's quite handy to have. All electric seats, electric steering wheel, all that lot. I'd say faults with the car. The glove box hinge is broken, that needs replacing. It just like drops down and comes out, so I need to do that. I did do the dashboard LEDs, and they now work perfect. I changed all the ribbon cable and they work amazing, but now the dials are broken. Now the rev counter and speedometer and MPG gauge, I don't trust them at all, because when I reseated them back on the motors for them, they now don't sweep properly, they jam in places, and it's just a mess. So I would not recommend doing it yourself. But thankfully the fuel gauge and the temp gauge, which I consider to be the most important, still work fine. So that's good. What else? The back seats are pretty good condition. There is a scratch there and there's a scratch up there, but other than that, very little wear. They look amazing. The headliner is in really good condition, actually. There's no sagginess at all. I just don't like it being grey. I'd prefer it if it was Alcantara. What else can I tell you guys? I did an AUX auxiliary cable modification. I basically took the DSP signal from the 6 CD changer and spliced in an AUX. So I don't have a CD changer anymore, but I think an AUX is nicer to have, and it all tucks away in there really nice. So that's a nice feature. I am going to change all this to the silver trim. I don't like the wood. I think it's quite dated. I think the silver will contrast from the grey to the black really nicely, and then hopefully I'm going to have black all the way up, so it's like a line of grey, silver, then black all the way. Other than that, I could say it's really good. It's an awesome car. It's not that bad on fuel. I'm hoping it's going to be better when I change it to a manual. I'm going to hopefully do a video on like the whole manual conversion for you guys, and go through some tips and stuff. I have been told that the M62 engine is really hard because of the bell housing bolts on the top. There's not enough room. But I don't want to let that faze me because I absolutely hate the gearbox. Other things, I changed the crankcase breather valve, sitting back here. I just changed the diaphragm, and it was really easy, and it did make a hell of a difference because it smoked like mad before, just billowing loads and loads of smoke, and it was burning a lot of oil, and when you pulled the dipstick out you could hear it gurgling, so it was obviously sucking a load of oil through. Changed all that. That was really dead easy. That's what I was going to mention. I don't know if you guys can help me out here or point me in the right direction, but I seem to be having some trouble with my washer bottle, which is located under there. I checked it and it said washer fluid low, and I bought the car back in January, and I thought, oh, I'll just fill it up, and it was flowing out, straight out the bottom, and I thought, right, so obviously there's a problem here. So I had a look, and there was no washer pump there at all. And then I thought, oh, I'll check if there's any connection going to the loom, and there's constant voltage going to it, even when the car's off. I don't understand that. Why would a motor need constant voltage going to it? So I'm guessing it's been removed because it's either broken or it doesn't work, or anyway, I'm gonna have to check that out and try and research it. But for now, I just replumbed everything and wired in the intensive spray. That pump was also missing, so I had to wire in a new one. It works, it's alright for now, so it's MOT passable. Not much more to say under here, I'd say, apart from that. Yeah, I think it looks really nice. It's an awesome car. I do want to put the Style 37s on it, but let me know what you think. think it'd be the best choice of car, best choice of alloys for it. I'm going to do all the brakes and service it and everything, but other than that, I'd highly recommend it. I think it's awesome, and it looks so much better with them lights. And you can just buy, literally, you can just get the lights off any old E39 post facelift and fit them. You don't have to get the ballast, you don't have to get a fit kit or anything. They work perfect, and all they are is just the bulbs are just in there, and they're just wired in the loom. Obviously there's two bulbs because there was two normal park lights or rear lights, tail lights, and I wired them in for a chop block. All the wires are actually the same colour, so it was really easy to wire up. And yeah, just use one of them, just taps into your LEDs, and it seemed to work great. So I don't know what all the fuss is about. I have got a monster subwoofer in there, makes it sound amazing. And because I don't have split folding seats, it actually rattles a lot less. So it was quite hard to fit because obviously of the wiring and everything. I actually tapped into the back speaker feed and used an RCA converter to phono for the amp, and it sounds amazing. But this is the back. It did have the smoker's package, which it was a smoker's car, but it's starting to smell a bit nicer now. This is the driver's side. I'll just fire it up for you. Sounds really nice, but that rev counter is annoying me. It shouldn't be that high, it should fall back down. But other than that, no other issues. The LEDs are perfect, which is so good. As it would have been a real pain, like say if I replaced all this and then the LEDs didn't work, the pixels, sorry, not LEDs. Currently sitting at 91,000, which I think is a good price, a good mileage, considering I paid just over £1,000 for this, which I think is a real bargain, really, considering that's like $1,400 for an E39 with two owners at 91,000 miles, and service history up to 70,000. So I think that's pretty awesome, to be honest. But yeah, I love the steering wheel. It's great. It feels amazing. Can't say, don't know what else to say, really. It's an awesome car. I'm looking forward to making more videos. But yeah, hopefully you've found this interesting, and I'll be posting more videos soon. Thanks a lot. That's Ed from the UK.